So we are back, guys, and as still it is P0 this fine Sunday. It is round 3 Australia. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video you just watched the qualifying before, where we've seen Matterman, who couldn't get a valid lap in the session at all, somehow managing to bank himself onto pole position. Oh, 1 second. Apologies there, chat. My cat was going absolutely crazy. So we did see after that qualifying session, Matterman could not get a lap in, somehow snatching pole position right at the death. Rob Wills gets a much more competitive lap in that last run, but loses out on pole by 5/1000ths of a second. Then just 7/100ths of a second back was Jay in P3, and then P4 and 5 was our two Red Bull boys, Alwyn and Leon, and the boys are looking very, very strong for the start of the race. So, just a small delay. I will use this time to quickly grab the restroom before we get the race underway. 1 second. So we await the timer for the restart. We can go to race director, of course, and get a little cheeky view at what's what. Oh no, the game's not going to let me look. Oh, there we go. So a difference in strategy for all the drivers. Interesting to see. It's looking a bit dull, so maybe there's wet weather due. Be interesting to see. But we get a quick nosy there at our top 10. And then any moment now they will get set in the formation lap and ready to go. And there is a timer, 15 seconds to go, and then a little test on the formation lap, so hopefully we will be able to see if the tyre temperature glitch has been sorted. I hope it has, but we will now find out. So off in the formation lap they go. So row 1 of the P0 Australian Grand Prix will be Chubby Slug and Rob Wills. Row 2 will be Ian, TXJ and Leon. Row 3 Arwen and Mika. Row 4 Raspberry and EOJ. Row 5 Dale and Maverick. Row 6 Skarma and Shiv. Row 7 Speechy and Pedro. Row 8 Yeri and Jock. And on row 9 Storm and Rodders. Matterman seeing just what cold tyres are like. That is not pleasant at all. So strategy will probably be a one-stop medium to hard to medium. It is just strategy is a little bit boring now this year, if I was to say my own personal opinion. But of course these things happen, and Sometimes change is for the better, sometimes it maybe doesn't work out quite as intended. But there is definitely less opportunity for strategy to come into play. And it's more just about the drivers on track, which I guess some people will like. Well, like all aspects of the sport should be impactful, so if you can make a difference in a pit stop or a slightly different strategy call, I would like to see that be available. So, off the last corner we go, we'll go on board with Rodders. Here's the last man. As he rounds the second to last corner. And then the 18 drivers get set to take their grid slot, and of course they will, of course, take their own grid slot this time around this year. So watch for guys missing the slot. Now you see them getting disqualified, they get set back a little bit. Oh, and Rodders was just going for it, so we'll go on board with Chubby Slug as Rodder takes his place as the P0 Australian Grand Prix gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we going from the back of the grid. It's hard to see who gets a better start, but I'm pretty sure ENTSG's got the jump in Rob Wells. Rob Wells falls down the order a little bit, he's down to P7, he's going to have to be easy now as Mataman takes through turn 1, ENTSG P2, Arwin and Mika Lando going side by side, and Mika Lando's had a great start. He's managed to get from P6 to P3 into turn 1, it's Arwin P4. Raspberry's made up a couple of positions off the start, he's up to P5 as well, he's on the hub compound tyre, so that'll be a strategy to watch and see how that pans out, as Rob Wells has just dented it through the first couple of corners, and there seems to be a big melee further back. It's Speechy, Dale, Chev and Yeri all try to filter their way through this pack of cars, and there's a big moment further back. Storm is round, Leon Evans has had a moment, Jog seemed to be caught up in that one as well. Has there been any damage picked up for these cars further back? It's hard to tell at the moment. I think Jog's okay as it stands, that's just understable seen from cold tyres at the start of the race. But Chubby Slug has managed to get away at the start. He's just got to keep it easy, do not worry about the cars behind. His main focus has to be today and just going to score some good old points. So end of lap 1, it's going to be Chubby Slug from ENTXG, Mika Lando P3, Alwyn Evans in P4, Raspberry P5, Rob Bell 6, EOG 7, Skarma P8, Laverick P9 and Speechy will round out the top 10 as we see ENTXG go defensive because Mika Lando has found some absolutely tremendous straight line speed. Of course ENTXG is on the hard compound tyre, they'll go side by side. ENTXG has a bit of a moment there, he has to get, oh no, it's Alwyn Evans, he has to get out it. It's oh no, it was ENTXG, Alwyn Evans gets through, ENTXG now comes under pressure from Raspberry, both on the hard compound tyre. Raspberry will let Jay take that one for now as they're being tracked now by Rob Wells, is starting to find a bit of pace as he's got the tyres up into a window that seems to suit a lot better. Of course the start of the race start absolutely stone cold, so it's not so easy, and now Chubby Slug got the gap up to 2 seconds to the Mika Lando in P2. We got a yellow flag, Storms at the moment, turn 4. Dixie is now defended from Rob. Rob of course will be faster at this point, he's on the medium compound tyre. Dixie's on the hards. Or Raspberry as you'll see on screen, but it is Dixie in the car. And now will Rob look for an opportunity here? Because another full lap behind could really hurt his strategy and hurt his stint. Or is he going to try and look for an opportunity on the medium tyre to try and make a move? Now here he goes, looking for a good exit off the last corner, he's going to get on the energy, tucks up in behind Dixie, and here he goes on the energy. It's a big push now from Rob. Dixie's going to try and squeeze him over, but Rob will get the nose ahead into turn 1, and Dixie's not going to fight that one too much. Dixie maybe try and look to come back against him here down into turn 2, but thinks better of it, and Rob Wells manages to recover. He's back up to P4, and just ENTXG on the halts in P3. Oh, and what's happened? Where is Mato, man? What has happened to Chubby Slug? He's in a moment somewhere. And he is now all the way down in P11. I've missed that. I was too busy looking at the battle further back. And someone another melee now. Skarmers round at the turn 11. The wing is off and he needs to be careful. They're backing up into that fast bit. But of course he does not want to get disqualified. He's got to try and be clever about how he does it. And I think he's done that pretty well there. But he falls down to P17, and that can be the theme of the day. It's going to be who can keep the car consistent and not have any moments. We see Leon as well, one of the Red Bull boys. He's fell to P12. So guys really struggling. Mika Lando, Albin everywhere. Fastest laps being traded everywhere. Dixie on the push is 1.1 seconds behind the EOJ chasing. The hard tyres at the moment, working well. Nobody out of the race just yet. And Albin Evans now closing in on Mika Lando. Mika Lando absolutely spent in energy. He's down to 3%. Oh, and Albin's just going to pick up a time penalty, so we may see him try to push through now. He may just feel like he's got the pace just to drive away. And if he feels he does, that's what he's just got to do. If we've got a yellow flag, who's that at a moment? I think it could be Laverick who's fell down the order. Yes, it is, and we see Leon Evans going through there. Good bit of racing there between the two. Laverick will look for the cutback. Can't get back through, tucking behind. Rob Wills now back up to P3. Sets the fastest lap of the race in doing so. And he's found some very nice, consistent pace, has Rob. The Storm seems to be struggling. That could be just tyre temperatures. Hard tyres are hard to get going. And then once you overcook them, they're a very hard tyre to get back into a zone. So here we go, we get Albin Evans. Blue flags up ahead, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works. Mika Lando won't be complaining too much. He'll get a batch of DRS just to help him defend that off. Here comes Arwen. Is he going to push on? That blue flag may become a bit of a nuisance now. I wonder if he'll be looking at this and saying, right, maybe we need to move over. Arwen Evans though will get the better exit here. He'll get on a bit of the energy, and I think on the medium tyres next corner he will get through. And I think it is putting him off. You can tell just by the lines Albin is taking. And there he goes, he will clear through the back marker now. And through he goes. So that's one less to think about. Raspberry's still being chased by EOJ. He's kind of the leader of that midfield battle at the moment. Dixie, or Raspberry as you see on screen. This could be a battle to watch. Maybe EOJ if he can get the X off the last corner. He's going to go wide into the gravel now. Give Dixie the bit of breathing space that he needs. And I don't think he'll be able to make the move there. So let's go on board with Rob Wills. He's chasing down Arwen Evans. He's lost a bit of time to make it, but slowly bringing that back in. So Rob Wells and Armin, this could be a battle brewing. Can Rob Wells get back through? And Armin's had a huge moment oversteer off the last corner. That's the only invitation Rob needs to push on through DRS, ERS on, and a nice easy DRS pass down into turn 1. And now he will have his eyes set on that race win. So, anything happened from the back of the Yering? Was that somebody having a moment there, or is that AOG having a bit of a wobble? Oh, Chubby Slog has. He's round. Can he stay ahead of Speechy? Yes, he can. He's got to be careful on that wheel spin. He'll really spike the temperature of that rear tyre, and that's not a scenario you want to be in. And oh, it's Raspberry had a moment. He must have pit. Raspberry must have pit. I assume Skarma again's had a moment. Storm will get back through and Skarma, so there's even a battle for that last position on the grid. But now look at this, our top 4 all within DRS range of each other, so this race has just started to take off. So let's see how this one pans out. So we've got Rob Wells all over the back of Mika Landa, who's been chased by Albin Evans. Jay has re-announced himself in this lead battle as well. And whoa, Jay has a lot of energy. A lot of energy in the pocket. And Albin Evans, I think just when we went on board with Jay, seemed to have a big snap of oversteer coming off turn 4. You've got to be careful of that, and he looks really twitchy in the car. So is Rob Wells just going to wait on a mistake? This seemed to work for him. That's been the kind of method of his race, or it's how it's felt so far. Gaps further back, let's see this. Oh, has Jock had another moment? Yes. Oh, it's Jock and Pedro. Has there been a crash? Or have they both just been having a moment at the same corner there? Oh, and there's a bit of racing here. Dale going through and Yeri down into turn 11 and 12. We don't see that very often. Oh, and somebody's had a moment. Is it Speechy? Yeah, Speechy's round. The famous chicane catches another driver out. Mika Landa in the pits, so a leader pits from that P1 position in the race. He's going on to that hard compound tyre. That'll be him to the end of the race. And he will come out, I think, about P8. So not too bad, a nice pocket of clean air there for Mika Landa to come into. There's Leon Evans and Shiv doing a bit of racing there. Oh, Leon Evans a bit of an oversteer moment. Shiv able to get through. Now Rob Wells leads the way. He's got Armin Evans close by because Armin Evans got that time penalty in the race. So that's going to hurt his finishing position. And look at this, ENTXJ on the push. Is he going to look for a move? Not this time around. Now, Armin there went a bit deep, second to last corner, although his exit off the last one would be not too bad. ENTXJ has a bit of an oversteer moment. And Rob able to get a nice enough exit, but he just keeps going. We got a yellow flag, sector 1 and 2, and that's Jock having another moment. He's just not got it dialed in at all just now. Leon and Shiv, they're having a great battle here, and here comes Leon down into turn 3. He'll go to the inside line. Shiv going to try and hang it round the long way, although Leon able to close that one off. He's back up to P5. And still even at that, Another good day in the office for the Red Bull boys, and who's that? Is that Rob Wills? No, it's not. It's Storm having another moment. Now, drivers seem to be just waiting on each other making a mistake. They're happy just to stay in the order. Not over push. Oh, and there's a mistake from Alban Evans. So ENTSG might be able to capitalise there. There's another twitch mid-corner there. You see the Red Bull snapping all over the road. And here comes ENTSG. He'll get on the energy. DRS open. And will he make the move down into turn 1? I think he will be able to, and he will get ahead of Alban Evans. Alban's smart enough not to overfight it, but here he comes in the comeback. Look at the run he gets off the first corner with ENTSG. He uses that energy to just cover off and nullify that move. They both, of course, had DRS. So he's able to hold that one back. And Rob Wills now opened up a DRS, the DRS gap, because he is 1.2 seconds ahead. Shot. Nothing going on there. Leon can he get the move done in EOD? EOD's going to go wide. Leon actually may be able to get a job done here, although he's got no energy to really hammer that move home. So we'll stay with this lead battle, and Rob's going to be with the pit. So Rob's in. ENTSG on that alternate strategy will take back control of the, or take two into control of the race. Sorry, I'm getting my words muddled up a little bit. And Alban Evans now chasing close behind. He's making a big old stint in this medium compound tyre. He continues on, and Rob Wills is going to come out. Is he going to be jumped by Mika Lando? No, Rob Wills is going to actually do a pretty good overcut there. Mika Lando, of course, will be coming in the fresh tyre, so watch for a move coming here. Rob needs to park the car in all the right places now, because Mika, for the first sector or two, is just going to have a better car. So Rob needs to be aware of this. And here he comes. He's going to go down the inside, and Rob Wills not going to fight that. He's smart enough to know. He's just not quite get the tyre in the window. Mika Lando able to push through, although Rob Wills, his tyres will be coming in, so if he can just stay in that DRS range, I think with the energy he's got, and Chris flashing, it's not going to be too much an issue. Of course, Chris flashing means that red light flashing in between the rear tyres means that he is derating below 20% energy. So not really get the energy to put up a defence. So let's see, Alban Evans comes into the pits. Is he going to be jumped? And here the undercut, not quite as powerful as it seems, but Alban Evans on the cold tyres. Here comes Mika Lando. No DRS, Rob Wills does, so this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out now. Alban Evans is about to be the roadblock now for that front two, and of course all the time they put in that roadblock, although Mika Lando able to be opportunistic there, get a jump done in turn 4, quite an unorthodox place, and here comes Rob Wills. Oh, and the yellow flag comes out, and that's a safety car. Full course safety car, and I think that could be for Jock. So that changes absolutely everything. ENTSG has just been given the gift from God. And it's migrating host. What has happened there? Rob Wills left the session. So that's an interesting one. Ian TSL pit, you've got the medium compound tyre, and with a bit less fuel on board, should be able to take them after the safety car the distance needed to the end of the race. And of course gets the free pit stop. Will come out well ahead of Michelando. And now Ian THJ on the better tyre. Well, super unfortunate. Let's see if Rob can get back in. So, I was just waiting to see if anybody else further back is going to pit. Dixie was the last one round in the group. It's not going to be. So, they're in order for the safety car restart. It's going to be Ian THJ from Michelando P2, Armin Evans 3, Rob Wells 4, EOJ 5, Leon 6, Shift 7, Yeri 8, Dale P9 at Raspberry P10, Rodders P11, Pedro 12, Speechy 13, Laverick 14, Chubbislab 15, Ella Restorm P16. So, safety car's not going to come in this lap, we'll probably go another lap. We'll go for one more. So Ian THJ of course in the driving seat, he's on that medium compound tyre, he's got 6 drivers behind him who had all just recently boxed to the hard, so the safety car came at a really bad time for Michelando and below, and a very good time for Jay. And Dixie jump into the pits. Wonder what tyre he'll get to. Rob Wells fortunately managed to get back into the race, so he'll be able to take control of his car. So, just waiting to see, I think. Oh no! Oh, Rob! Oh, you lucky, lucky boy, I think. Oh no, Rob! Oh, Rob, no. He's caused a mess there, and driver's going to have to hold up. And everybody gives up the position, but did anybody pick up damage there? That is the question. Who was that in the Alpine safety car? Goes in this lap, so if they need to box, it is detrimental to what has happened there. And Speechy gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags, but I'm sure that will be taken away. That's purely just for what's happened there. So these guys really need to catch up now. And then make sure they slow down boys, slow down. Coming in at a very big speed there. A little bit of a mess, but the full grid is caught back up now. And they are ready to go back racing. So it's on Ian TSG as he comes round the second to last corner of when he pulls that trigger. Doing it pre-last corner is probably best on that medium compound tyre where the hard guys really struggle to get the power down, but he's going to choose to go nice and let Mika Lando is stalking there, and he's all up beside, and now he goes, he was waiting for that nose in, and that's Armin caught Mika napping there, and he's going to have to give the position up. He was just a little before the safety car line, not able to get the job done as they fell through turn one. Who's that? The Alpha Tauri EOG, he's at a big moment there, now he's all up. Oh, there's contact for the back, and there's a big incident. Laughing out, EOG out. Who else has been caught up in that? Guys are just trying to filter their way through. Anybody else got damaged? Dixie manages to get through. I think Shiv gets through, and it won't be another safety car, but guys are able to push through now. So that was a big incident. EOG's had a moment. He's pulled off to the left-hand side after his moment out the corner. Not realising there's a driver on the outside. I think he's trying to get out of the way of the faster coming cars there, and that is just a really, really unfortunate incident. I don't think, of course, EOG is to blame, but I think it'll look a lot worse than it actually was, and he was genuinely trying to do the right thing. And in terms of that long race, wrong time for Laverick, as ENTSG checks out, he is absolutely chilling. 2.3 seconds ahead. Of course, he's on that better tyre as Chubby Slug now comes, making a big dash and move round the outside, but Dale's going to keep his nose in there, and Chubby Slug, he's on a really tough line there. So Dale now will try and go round the long way, second to last corner, but the hard tyre's not going to work there, and here comes Rodders on his medium. Raspberry coming to get involved in the soft compound tyre as well. He is on the push, eyeing up a place in that top 10. He's going to look to the inside line, and of course he'll have the better grip on the soft, so through he goes. He's now up to P9, and a nice easy move down the inside pre-DRS, and now he's got a hard tyre up ahead, and of course the soft tyre for these first initial hits is going to be much better than the drivers behind. In front, apologies. So Chubby Slug, how much is he pushing on? Trying to recover what was quite a tough start to the race. He's got Yeri up ahead. Mika Lando being tailed by Arvin Evans. Arvin Evans, all that work was looking good for another podium. That safety car really hurt the chance. He's still 10 laps to go, so there's time to open the gaps up. But the pace between the top 7, I think it's going to be very even across this last stint. And there goes Chubby Slug now on Yeri down the inside off the fast chicane. And Raspberry now starting to close in this lead pack as well. He's on the soft compound tyre, so the two guys on the soft looking very punchy off the restart. Yeri getting himself in a good position as well. He's up there in P7. Mika Lando, he just needs to stay composed. I think Chris has been owed a good race result, and if he can just keep it nice and steady, then there's very much a podium on offer here. Let's look at the bar back here. Speechy chasing down Shiv. Is there anything on offer there? Is Storm's coming into the pits. He's boxing lap 20. Oh, and there's a move. Matterman again getting through. He's now up to P5 on that soft compound tyre now. He's not going to be able to do 14 laps in the softs. But if he can make a big impact, well, how far up can he get before he needs to take another stop? That's the question. Dixie got himself inside the DRS range of that pack ahead as well. Chubby Slug just at the front of this little tube. But it's the soft tyres causing all the action at the moment. Those in the pack in the mediums not able to make much moves. Ian DHG of course absolutely checking out at the front on the road. Who's this? Here comes Arwen Evans and Mika Lando. DRS open. Mika Lando's going to defend and he cut right in front of Rob's braking there. I wonder if Rob would fight that there, moving under braking. Chubby Slug's out! Chubby Slug's out! Could this be another safety car? And it is! Full course safety car is out! And that is exactly what some guys needed. Jackpot for Dixie. Now, do Ian TSJ Arwen, what are they going to do? All the way to the end of the race. Do they choose to stay out? Do they go for a medium tyre? If they've got a new soft, it would be good. So Matterman falls on lap 21 or 29. And he was looking so punchy, but he did have to push it up to try and recover something from that. The pace was very good on the softs, of course. But once you push that hard, you take a lot of risk. And sometimes that risk comes with dear sacrifice. So let's see what Jay does. And he's going into the pits. I think Jay's going for a soft compound tyre. Arwen Evans is going to box, as is Mika Lando. Rob's in. Leon in. Yeri's going to continue. Raspberry will go in. Dale in. And the full grid is a box, so this will go against Yeri. But he's choosing track position. So he will pick up the safety car, and it won't be a long duration here as they all go to soft compound tyres. And Shiv's went on to the intermediate compound tyres. Shiv is on the inters. What the hell has happened there? Alpine on the full Ferrari strategy. And that is not going to be nice for Shiv at all. And he most definitely is going to have to box again. So, on this safety car restart, it's going to be Yeri from ENTXJ, Arwen Evans P3, Mika Lando 4, Rob Wells 5, Leon P6, Raspberry P7, Dale P8, Rodders 9, Shiv P10, although Shiv I think that's about to change because he's on the intermediate compound tyres. Cody's doing Cody's things. Speechy P11 at Pedro P12, we've got LRE Storm in at P13. We've lost the Chubby Slug, Laverick, EOJ, Jock and Skarma from the race so far. And what has been a difficult evening here at Australia, but still good points on offer for those left on the track. And I think we'll have a couple of laps of safety car, so I will use this time to grab the restroom again. 1 second, chat. So, are we going to get safety car in this next lap around? I think we may. Although storming a lap down, I'm not quite sure how that'll work, whether they'll allow him to catch the pack or not. So let's have a look at penalties, because of course with a late safety car they are huge. And Alwyn Evans up to 6 seconds, Dale's got 9. Storm is 5 seconds, as the Speeches of course will probably come off. And then Pedro's just picked up another time penalty trying to catch up back up. So it's Pedro, Ruddles and Raspberry all in 3 seconds. We've got 2 5-second penalties for Speechy and Storm. A 6-second penalty for Alwyn and 9 seconds for Dale. And a look at the tyres. Yerry chosen that medium compound tyre. But of course he gets to control the restart. So it's on him to get them going again, and could we see a big incident near the end of the race? Hopefully not, nice and clean. But Yerry will have the ability to frustrate people here, and of course he's got track position, so the right to do it. So probably one more lap under this safety car, and then I'm pretty sure we will get going. So I still think Jay is probably favourite to win the race. Alwyn of course having the penalties. Mika's going to look to have to clear him very quickly to get himself up onto the podium. And Mika will need to be very aware of Rob Wells, who was looking very, very strong behind. So, and of course never underestimate Leon. The Red Bull boys have looked very, very good. They're being consistent as we get the notification for safety car in this lap, so it will come in. Yerry will take control of the pace of the pack, and now it is down to him. Once that safety car is in that pits of when he releases and we get back to green flag racing. So, on board as we watch with Yerry as he comes round the second to last corner. And off the last corner he goes, and here we go, he gets the power down. And he is on throttle. J in hot pursuit. Has anything managed to get a good jump here off the restart? I don't think there was a bit of gap there between Dale and Rodders. Rodders maybe caught napping a little bit on the restart as Shiv looks to the inside line, he gets the job done. Speech even shoots a little bit deep, need to be careful here in the back. Marco's coming through, but here comes Pedro on Speech. He'll get the job done there, and Pedro managing to make gains as they go into the last corner. Pedro back up to P11 and now pushing through the pack. On the restart as they all now start to close back up, 10th and a half now between Chris and Alwyn, and look at Alwyn Evans. Oh no, sorry, it's Alwyn and Yerry. It's Yerry has a big wobble and Mika Lando goes through, so it's Ian THJ from Alwyn, from Mika, Yerry, Rob Wells in P5. You'll be looking to clear that medium tyre of Yerry ASAP. We get Leon P6, Raspberry P7, Dale P8, Shiv P9 and Rodders P10 as we come round sector 2 for the first time after this second safety car restart here at round 3 Australia. And yeah, he's trying to fight that one out there and he's not able to, and he'll defend the inside line here. He's got Leon Evans now coming in for some, and look at Raspberry carrying much better speed. Well, look to the inside line, second to last corner, it's not there for him just now, and he's got to be careful because he's got two Alpines close behind the Dale and Shiv. So So they've got to clear these medium tyres if they want to make an impact. Down to 4 laps to go. And here comes Leon Evans and Yerry. Yerry's going to defend the inside line, but Leon has managed to clear him a car length before they even get into the zone, and now Raspberry all over the back of Yerry. Yerry will pull to the inside line. Where is Dixie going to put the car? He's got to go now if he wants to get the job done. To the racing line he goes. Yerry will defend the inside line. Adam try and go round the long wheel. Look for the cutback now. He's got better. Get rid of somebody round. Rob Wells is round from P5. And the race, Armin Evans picks up another time penalty for multiple warnings. Now Dixie's got to look for a move here. Can he get it done? Yerry being a big roadblock in the medium compound tyre. He's not driving unfairly. He's just parking it in all the right places. And here comes Dixon. He'll go to the inside line. He'll get on that energy. He'll use his straight line speed. But who's that on the other side? There's Shiv. And now Shiv and Dixie will go side by side as we head up to turn 11 and 12. And this is going to be monumentally difficult to get the job done. But Shiv gets the better of Dixie. He gets through. And Shiv takes P5. Dixie P6. And that's good racing there. But here comes Dixie. He'll go to the inside line. Shiv try to block off. But Dixie squeezes ass on the other side by side as they come out. The fourth to last corner into the fast right, and Shiv's going to hold in the outside line. They've got 2 corners to go at the end of the lap, and they're still going to go side by side. There's a little bit of wheel banging, but still they're managing to get this done, and they still somehow managed to push on through, and Dixie's now going to push again. He's trying to get the move done. He'll hold it out into turn 1. They're not going to be side by side again, are they? No, finally this time around Adam gets the better Shiv. Here comes Shiv in the cutback, and this battle continues on. Yet again, it's been 4 or 5 corners of side by side racing, but Adam positions the car much better this time around and able to fend off Shiv. And that racing there was absolutely tremendous. Wow, I can't breathe. Armin Evans 1.3 seconds ahead of ENTSJ, but ENTSJ doesn't even need to push, because Armin Evans, I think, is up to 9 seconds in penalties now. Yes, he is. He's going to lose a lot of track time. He would even at this point, I think, lose to Raspberry. Whoa, take a breath, Christopher. Jesus. What's happening further back? It's Speechy all over the back of Pedro, and we're going to see some moves further back in the grid. Pedro managed to get himself up to P9. Rob trying to recover what lost ground he has. Going to get taken on to 2 laps to go. Lap 28 at 29. As they get on the DRS, and here comes Pedro and Yerry. Yerry's got the DRS. Pedro's got the better tyre. He's defending that inside line. And here he goes side by side. Oh, no, oh no, and that was bullish there from Yerry. Oh no, and he's caused a big crash. Oh no, no, no. And that is just not the driving standards we want to see at all. Just trying to bully cars off the road. That is not the way to do it. So here comes Leon now and Michelando. Are we going to see some moves at the front yet again? Our front 4 very, very compressed in this race. And it's been a very, very entertaining one, to say the least. Some questionable moments, but as we get on to the final lap of this race, it's Armin Evans leading the way from ENTSJ, Michelando, Leon Evans in P4. It's still going to be a good day for the Red Bulls. But can Armin hold on for another lap and see the gap? Could he finish P4 here? Could it be a P3 and 4 for the Red Bulls second row? I think that would be a very good day in the office. Chris White going to get the podium or the P2 in the grid that he deserves. And I think anybody that was started the race on the medium compound tyre to still finish on the podium after the safety car in the middle of the race, it totally went against them and they could have lost the head. I think credit where credit is due. And every driver in the top 3, 4, they're all spending energy, so they've been pushing on. But Alan Evans, I think, has got the gap he needs. Of course, the time penalties will take it away. But on track, he looks to go back to back. It's a shame about the time penalties. He'll maybe kick himself in the end. But still got to take the positives. It's another very, very good day for Red Bull as he rounds the second to last corner. Just one to go. Off the final corner he comes now. He will lead up the final straight for the very last time and take the checkered flags on track. But ENTXJ will win in Australia. Mika Lando P2, Leon Evans P3. The Red Bull boys do hold that P3 and 4. Raspberry recovers to a P5, losing out by just 7/100ths of a second. Rob Wells P6 still in the end. Pedro 7, Chef P8, Dale P9. Nieri will come home in P10, Rodders P11, the Speechy P12 and Storm in P13. What a race. What a race. Thank you all for tuning in for what was not a live video but as an upload. We hope you enjoyed it. I would get the comms guys in for a talk, but because I'm recording I only get an hour and that is just about to end, so I wouldn't have time to talk to them all. Apologies, but very well done to ENTXJ, to Mika Lando and to Leon Evans, and until next Sunday we will see you very soon.